Embarrassing. So embarrassing. Hi, how are you? Good? Thank you so much for coming along. This is very exciting. Did you all have to take a test to get in here? Yes. And you all tested, did anyone test positive for chlamydia? Yes. Sir, you really jumped the gun on that one. And I'm excited to hear about those results. Thank you so much for coming. I've borrowed these clothes from a stylist, and the neckline is a little higher than I'm used to because I'm starting to get self-conscious about my cleavage at my age. Like now, it's fine, right? Someone probably finds me sexy right now, and I get that. But I feel like I'm about 5 years off being called brave. And I can't take brave. I can't take it. I can handle walking past a building site and a builder whistling at me. I can handle that. I'm like, yuck. Secretly, yes. What I can't handle is walking past a site and having a builder yell out, good for you. At your age, good for you. I don't want a builder to call me girlfriend, you know. I've never seen a builder click. I would kind of like that, actually. I just like to ask. I don't think I can figure out all of your names by myself. What a long and boring show that would be. Is it Peter? No. Graham? No. I've got a train to catch, hey. So if I could we'll just quickly move along the line. Hi, what is your name? Will? Martha? Oh, I love a young Martha. Absolutely love a young Martha. Yes, please. What have we got here? Richard? Dom. Oh, a very, very white bread table there, haven't we? That doesn't even have salt and pepper on it, that table. That is just the chicken, nothing else. Boiled. Hannah? Naomi?
Florrie.
Ooh, hello, Florrie. That's in the Martha bag, isn't it? I love that. Alan? Cameron? Izzy. God, has anyone else fallen asleep? This is... Usually we get something, but this is really middle of the road. How are we going? Yang Fong, there we fucking go. Lovely stuff. Yes. Love that. What does Yang Fong mean?
Well, it's a Chinese name.
It's a Chinese... I did pick that up, that it was a Chinese name. Does that have a meaning?
Yes, it's kind of like swallow and phoenix.
Swallow and phoenix. This is exactly what I'm talking about. White people name their children and they're like, this is nothing and this will do. Other cultures are just like, we're going to give our kids meaning. What's your name, sir? Jared, of course it is. Taking a very strong U-turn on that one. Straight down to Honky Town. I love it. Ash, is it short for Ashley or Asher?
Ashley.
Boring. I'm joking. Sophie? Sheila. Oh, I love a young Sheila. Oh, that's rarer than a Martha. A Sheila. Please. Is it AGH or is it just LA? LA. Oh, I love it. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do.
Okay, a brother or sister, and, oh, what's her name? Victoria. Well, so you're the eldest. Yeah. See, this is what parents do. They have the first one and they're going to go, no, we feel really good about this. We're going to go a little bit eccentric or 200 centuries ago, and that's going to be a good idea. And then they have the first child and go, not going to do that again. Straight for a Tory, please. And finally, Helen. Oh, lovely stuff. Don't feel bad, Helen. Last show, we had a Keith. So, Keith, in this day and age, Keith. Unbelievable scenes. Helen, what's the social media platform that you spend the most time on?
Maybe Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. Who was expecting that? We all thought it was going to end at Facebook, but Marketplace. You know what Helen loves? Helen loves a bargain. Talk me through it, Helen. What's the biggest bargain that you've got? Was it free?
No.
No, what was it? Don't you judge Helen for not getting something for free. She gets quality over quantity or something like that.
I got some of those foam letters that you put on the floor for your baby.
You got some of those foam letters that you put on the floor for your baby, and this was a big highlight in your life, okay? Now, Helen, I'm going to take a seat on this one. What would you say they usually retail at, Helen? They're pretty, they can be quite exy, can't they? We're gonna wow the crowd here, okay? So let's talk about what the recommended retail price, what's the RRP of foam letters. I've got them, I don't even have the letters on them. I've got the basic bitch. My kid does not deserve better, is what I'm saying. So what do they usually go for, do you reckon?
I reckon about £30.
£30, outrageous. Who has £30 for a foam letter? Now, Helen, it's Tuesday. It's 8 a.m. Your baby's on your first nap. You've been up for hours. You're tired. You're on Facebook Marketplace because that's your happy place. Now, you stumble across some foam letters and you were thinking, you know what my baby needs? These. And what did you pay for them, Helen? What did you pay for them? Don't you get embarrassed?
No, I am crying.
You were crying. Just for the cameras, are they happy tears or? They are, okay, yeah, she's happy, she's having a good time. Sometimes I don't read the situation well and I push people into dark places, but we're having a good time. Helen, what were these foam letters worth? What did you pay for them?
I paid £5.
She paid £5. Helen's not fucking about, mate. It's nearly free, but you're too good for free, aren't you? You've got to pay something. I appreciate that. Instagram's the place that I spend too much time on. I should get off Instagram. I absolutely should, but I can't because I love watching my friends posting inspirational quotes that they definitely don't live by. Yummy in my tummy. I just love it. I love it. There's one quote that they've all posted. You know it. It's that Marilyn Monroe quote that was not written by Marilyn Monroe. And the quote goes, you know, it's very sassy. The quote goes, "If you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best." Thank you. Thank you. So sassy, it comes with its own set of shoulders. If you can't handle me at my worst. Now, here's the thing. I don't know about you, but my best and my worst are both pretty bad. Like, there's not a lot in it. Like a shower, maybe. And what I do know is no one at their best is posting that online. No one who's out there living free from the bondage of self is just having a great time. They're like, oh, hang on, I've got to go and put my Maz Inspo post up. No. The people, see, happy people don't need inspiring, they have evidence. The people who are putting that online are women in their late 30s still sleeping with a soft toy and they have a variety of pizza crumbs in their bed. Me. That's who I'm talking about. Obviously, that's a joke. I'm in my early 40s. What? You look so good. Shut up. Stop. We don't have time to talk about it. Oh, my hair's never looked so pretty. I had a makeup artist do it. You know, when you're just like, oh, can you come and live with me? How would you describe your hair care regime, Felicity? Neglectful. I don't like inspiring quotes. So what I've done is I've taken the inspirational quote, I've given it a bit of a remix, so it's not inspiring anymore, but it's within reach. Yeah, achievable. So my version of the Marilyn Monroe quote is, if you can't handle me at my worst, then we have something in common. Or I've done this one as well. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and then like 1,000,000 more steps. Why not get an Uber? I don't get it. I don't know why people want to inspire other people. I don't like inspiring people. I take other people's success as a personal attack. I saw this guy the other day. He had a tattoo on his arm and it said, "The pain I feel today is the strength I feel tomorrow." How about tone it the fuck down, mate? We're all just trying to get through the week, you know? Just a bit intense for a Wednesday. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see a big muscly man with a tattoo on his arm that just said, "Pretty scared, actually." Or just a woman with "hungry" written on her neck. "I've been hungry, I get you, I see you." Or just a middle-aged dad who's let himself go and on his chubby little tum, he's got a tattoo that says, "This'll have to do." You both went for a clap there and pulled away. I saw it out of my peripheral. They went, "Yep, no one else is doing it, so I'm not starting that. Already sat in the front row, that's quite enough, thank you." Shout out to the fat dads. I don't know if you're fat dads. I'm just saying I'm an ally. I don't even know what that means. My fella is not a fat dad. He's just a dad. We've been together for nearly 9 years and, well, sure, yeah. It's a long time. And we're comfortable after that amount of time. We're comfortable and I like that. Because when we first met, we're a bit nervous. Like, I remember we'd been seeing each other for like 3 weeks and I had an eyelash on my cheek just that day, not the whole time. And I think. Anyway, he came up to me and he goes, "Oh, you've got an eyelash on your cheek. Can I get it?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And then he got it. He's like, "I got it." And I went, "Okay, thank you." We're nervous. But now we're really comfortable. Like the other day he came up to me and he put his hands on my cheeks and he looked at my smile and he said, "You need to brush your tongue." Comfortable. You don't want to get too comfortable, though. Don't want to get too comfortable. So how we keep things fresh is a little bit of cultural insensitivity, yeah? So he's Greek British, I'm Australian, and what he's allowed to do is walk around the house going, "Dingo bongo," for no reason whatsoever. I love it. I don't. I hate it. I want to kill him in his sleep. But how I get him back is I make fun of his grandfather's name, which is Ibaminonda, and how I do that is I sing it to the tune of Macarena. So I'll wait till he's on a very important business call in the office / our bedroom. The pandemic has been hard, but I'll wait till he's at a very pivotal moment and then I'll just pop up on the Zoom call and go, "Ibaminonda, aye." So what I'm saying is if you find yourself in an intercultural relationship and you are in a bit of a rut, just try a little bit of family-friendly racism, yeah? Only between partners. I'm clapping racism, big call. Big call there, champion. Are you Greek? No. Just pumped about racism, just like, give it up. Like, couldn't find the courage for another joke, but racism is like, this one I gotta get behind. I absolutely. P.S. Yes, after that little double bounce, my legs are on fire. That was a lot of lactic acid pumping through those girls now. A lot of professional comedians will wait for an applause to drink. Not me. No. Don't waste it. Don't waste it on that. Wait for a gag. Follow your instincts. Alan and Cameron. Is it Alan and Cameron? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's just a little talent that I have. It's fine. So I didn't get to meet that grandfather of my husband's. I know the rest of his family very well. We even lived with them for a year because we were trying to, save money and ruin our relationship. And it was great by the end of it. We'd saved £1,000. We're in separate bedrooms and... Have you lived with your parents, Naomi? She's covering her face. Have you lived with a partner's parents?
No, it was at the £1,000 over a year.
Oh. Not everyone's a millionaire, Naomi, okay? I don't know if you've noticed this, but London can be quite costly. Some might say prohibitively expensive. To the point where you might need to live with your partner's parents even though you are 38. I actually really loved living with his parents because his mum is a feeder. Yeah, you know what that is. His mum was force feeding me every day and I loved it. I do not know what those foie gras ducks are complaining about. Stick it in my throat. Yes, please. I put on 5 pounds the first weekend I was there. It was like reverse fat camp. I loved it. And it's because she always had something on offer. Like, it didn't matter what time of the day or night, as soon as we'd step foot inside that house, like a tax bill in April, she'd just appear out of nowhere. And she was always straight in there. She's like, have you guys had something to eat? Do you want something to eat? Do you want me to make you something to eat? Do you want a sandwich? Do you want leftovers? I can heat up some leftovers. Do you want some cheese and crackers? Do you want a cup of tea? Do you want a cheesecake? Just made a cheesecake. That's got to be eaten. Everything has got to be eaten. Everything. You know that from those mums? This has got to be eaten. This 16.5 kilo roast beef that I've just made, that's got to go tonight, please. So everyone in the kitchen. So then we're all sitting around the kitchen table, just eating meat. Nothing else. Just looking at each other like, this isn't natural. But we don't say anything because we're scared of her, so we just a race for heartburn. We're just forcing meat down, just using gravy as a lubricant, just like penguins dislocating our jaw. Just, That technique has come in handy in other places, but that's beside the point. And never while they're at home. But the thing is, anyone within like a 20-foot radius of this woman gets the same treatment. So all the animals in the back garden are just waddling around. There's like a hedgehog on a mobility scooter. All the squirrels have got little asthma puffers to get up the tree. And I like the amount of food that I eat. I liked eating. It's the amount of food they buy that scares me because they shop like they know something I don't. You know what phrase has never been used in that house? Oh no, we've run out of... Never been used, mate. Never been used. Alan, take a wild guess how many spare rolls of toilet paper this family has.
30?
30? Don't waste my time with 30, mate. That's just 3 packets of 10. What if there's an emergency? This family has 123 spare rolls of toilet paper, and I know this because I counted it while they're out of the house because I'm afraid of them. Thought I was going to die in that house. Have a heart attack or get crushed by a roll of 2-ply. We did move out, and it's for a very good reason. It's because everyone has a limit. That was it. That, and I couldn't have one more very quiet, very angry argument in my husband's childhood bedroom. Being interrupted by dinner options being called up from downstairs. We'd be upstairs going, no, it's not what you're saying, it's the way you're saying. But you're talking to me like words operate in a vacuum and there's no context. Peas or beans? Chef's choice. We'll be down in a second, okay? Yeah, that sounds good. No, you keep talking to me exactly the way you want. That's absolutely fine. I'm just letting you know this isn't the end of the elderflower and soda water. We'll be just down in a second. No, if you think this is the end of the conversation, you are absolutely mistaken, my friend, because what I can do... Yeah, we're just trying not to get a divorce up here, mate. We'll be just a second. A lot of fun. It was, I mean, it's weird to live with anyone's parents. I haven't lived with my own parents for like, you know, more than 20 years, apart from an adorable breakdown in 2007. It was pretty cute. Thank you. Thank you for the support. And having my own kid has really helped me understand my own mum, because I thought she was unwell. It turns out having young children drives you genuinely insane. And I understand that now. Like my mum used to get so angry that her teeth would stick together. Like we'd go out and she'd go... Felicity, get over here. Get over here and get in the car. Get in the car. My mum used to tell us to get in the car all the time. She was like, get in the car. Just 25% of my childhood was mum going, get in the car. Get out of the car. Why? So you can get in the car. Very tricky when we didn't have a car. Have you ever caught your parent out halfway through an argument and they've got to improvise on the spot and they panic? There was one time we went out and Mum goes, get in the car. And I went, we don't have a car. She went, well, find one. My mum's great. She's at such an incredible age now where she's just let go of the things that has held her back. You know, she's let go of self-doubt and she's let go of fear and she's let go of the English language. Just abandoned ship. When she talks now, it's more like a free jazz word association where if you get the picture, great. If you don't, still very much your problem. My mother speaks in wingdings. That's it. Is there anyone under the age of 25? Give us a cheer. Woo! Yes? Wingdings is a font that they have. It's very popular in the 90s for some reason. And it's still on there, I believe, on Microsoft Word. Why? Has anyone ever used it apart from going, what the fuck is this? I didn't want wingdings. I never want wingdings. I was speaking to my mum over Zoom and she's just improvising as per usual. She goes, you know what I love in your bedroom? And I said, what? And she goes, your sun holes. I said, do you mean skylights? And she's like, yeah, sun holes, same thing, not the same thing. Not the same thing. Oh, I love the way the sunlight just streams out of your sun hole. We went on holiday to Italy and we went to get a coffee and Mum orders a coffee and she just goes, oh, cappuccino. And I nudged her like, come on, Mum, where are your manners? And she corrects herself and she goes, oh, cappuccino, please-o. And I think the waiter knew what she meant, which is, I am too old to take in new information. So, cappuccino, please-o. We had a great time in Italy. She was very sweet. She's a very passionate person, very excitable. And when she saw something very Italian while we were there, she gets so overwhelmed that she'd start singing That's Amore. The only problem is she only knows 2 words to that song, which are that's and amore. So La 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 did a lot of the heavy lifting. And so what would happen is she'd see like an old Italian building, like a Pizza Express, and she'd look at it and look at me and go, la 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 la, that's amore. Which I loved, the locals didn't. And that's fair enough too, because if every time a tourist in London got excited, they just started busting out Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba, Just seeing the Big Ben and going, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Oh no, I do Mum's version. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, me down. Chumbawamba is a band that existed in the late 90s, early 2000s. Let me have a sip. Why are you kneeling for a cup? I'm just cute and I drink things. Oh, now I've got to get back up. A mistake. Oh, the knees. Knees are something that you have at the moment that you will lose slowly over time. I had a great time in Italy. I wore a lot of red lipstick trying to fit in, you know, be my luscious self. And women feel great in red lipstick, except for the first time you try to wear red lipstick. Because that is a nerve-wracking experience. You got to psych yourself up. You got to put some Beyonce in the background. You got to do a lot of positive affirmations in the mirror. You're like, you are a powerful... sexual woman, and you are in charge of your own body. And then as soon as you step outside the house, you're like, you look like a slut, take it off, you look like a slut. And slut's a funny word too, because if a straight guy calls me a slut, I'll give him a 10-minute feminist lecture, yeah? If a gay guy calls me a slut, I'm like, I am a bit of a slut, aren't I? I'm a bit of a slut. I love to fuck, I'm a bit of a slut. Ah, just put it inside me, I'm a bit of a slut. And what, sorry for the view. Mind you, I am getting some bi energy off there, so. You gave it away, I'm sorry. Sheila's given me bi, she's given me gay. Are we bi or are we gay? Gay, sorry, that was rude of me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have judged you. As you have no interest in men, and that's correct. But it's funny, like we call women sluts, and what is a slut? A slut is a woman who's had sex with a lot of people. That's not a slut, that's an expert. That bitch is match fit, yeah? She's at the top of a game. She's in peak physical condition. Who would you rather have sex with, a virgin or the Olympic gold medalist? Some sluts in the corner loving it. Loving it. Big slut energy over there in the corner. Welcome. I was thinking while we're in Italy with Mum, I'm at an age where I want to look after her, but I'm not in the financial situation to do so, which Naomi has pointed out. So I do this thing. You wouldn't have done this, Naomi, but I fantasize about like winning the lottery and like look at, you know how you think about who you're going to give money to and they're going to think you're so magnanimous and you just give all this money away and you're going to save the children and everything. And I was thinking about it and I thought if I won £500,000, I would pay off my mum's mortgage straight away. At the same time, if I earned £500,000, she wouldn't see a fucking cent. Why is that? Why? Look at all this free money. Here, have it. I earned this, you stay away. It's mine. Mine. I'm a little troll who lives under the bridge. This is my £500,000. I don't know why I live under the bridge if I have £500,000. I could probably buy a studio apartment in London. Naomi wouldn't know about that. She probably got a backyard, haven't you, Naomi? Imagine a backyard. Woo! It's Well, lovely stuff. So anyway, we left Italy. Mum went back to Australia. I came to the UK. It's very sad leaving her, but I always get buoyed by the feeling of when I'm coming into London, when I'm coming into land, and I just think, oh my God, I've chosen such an amazing place to use as a springboard to travel to better cities. I love making that joke in London. I love it. I love it, because everyone goes, oh, no, she's only joking. I do that joke anywhere else in the UK. They're like, yeah, fuck 'em! Burn it down! Burn it down! And I come into land, and I do get a bit nervous going to the airport, because the first time I left the UK when I was seeing my partner and came back, he surprised me at the airport, which is such a romantic thing to do, right? The problem is, we've been together for nearly 9 years, and I go away a fair bit. So what started as romantic has become unsustainable. And so now, every time I come into land, we play a little game called, how much do you really love me? He doesn't know we're playing. So what I'll do is I'll get to the baggage carousel, I'll send him a very loaded message. Something like, hey honey, I'm just at baggage carousel number 11. I should be out in arrivals in 15 minutes and I'll be home in 2.5 hours. You want to play along with the game, you know? Also, I want to give him enough time to set up whatever he needs to set up outside. I don't know if it's like banners or a string quartet. Like, it's his vision. I don't want to cramp that. So then he'll send back a very confusing message. Just says, can't wait. Where can't you wait? Can you not wait at home? Or can you not wait just outside? So I read that, interpret it the way God intended, grab my bag, run out to arrivals, to no one, and realise, oh, he could wait. That was a lie. What else in our relationship is a lie? How much do you really love me? Not enough to be here. But he has the rest of his life and our life to figure out how much he loves me, because we got married a couple of years ago, and mate, it's what they say. It's the best day of your life. Genuinely, it's the best. If anyone here is thinking about getting married, do it, even if you're not that into the person, truly. So for the wedding, my mum came over, my niece came over, my sister came over. We're twins, we're only 2 years apart. And it was quite stressful. It was while we were living with my husband's parents, so there was 7 of us in the one house for 3 weeks. I mean, at one point, we got down to 20 rolls of toilet paper, Alan. That is called a code red in that house. So it was a bit stressful, so my sister said, let's go and get a pedicure, it'll be relaxing. Now, if someone tells you that a pedicure is relaxing, they're a liar and you need to get them out of your life. It's just an opinion, but opinions are like assholes. I have a strong one. If you've never had a pedicure before, and I hadn't, I don't know how else to tell you this. They shave your feet. They shave your feet with this like peeler razor thing, like I'm a monster or a carrot. And I'm not a prude, I just don't think you should shave your body in public. That's what I think. That's a good rule, isn't it? I don't shave my moustache in public. It's because I bleach it, Cameron. That's a joke, that's my anus. So what they do is... Strong and blonde, that's what it is. So what they do is... I've never said strong and blonde before. What they do is they lull you into a false sense of security and they put you in a comfortable chair and then they bathe your feet like they did to Jesus before they killed him. And then the lady who's doing the pedicure, she's got the file, pedophile, I don't know what she's called. Her face just disappears below the horizon of your toes, and it's replaced, like the last sunset on Hope, with a blizzard of foot skin. It is disgusting. She's like Edward Scissorhands on an ice sculpture down there, just clackety-clack, clackety-clack, clackety-clack. Edward Scissorhands is a movie that happened in the early 90s. It's very good. I didn't even know what she was doing. I just blacked out into a stress coma. I was so worried. And think about it. She's got a razor in her hand. What if she mucks this up? I use my feet almost every day. I didn't even know if she was a qualified pedophile. We had quite an unconventional wedding. I didn't get my dress until a month before the big day, which in the bridal industry is considered almost as bad as being single. They are judgy little bitches. And the reason it took me so long to get a dress is because I wanted to get a vintage dress because I'm exhausting. Just 18 months of me walking into shops going, excuse me, do you have anything vintage? Like I want to look like a haunted maid. But like sowing seeds, but the seeds are my destiny. Do you have anything that fits that description? My throat hurts. I think it's been crushed under the expectations I have of you in this dress. I'm melting. Because we all know that vintage is just a fancy way of saying, when I wear a beautiful dress, I want to smell the armpits of the last dead woman that owned it. Because there's a hierarchy of language when you talk about second-hand clothing. You've got vintage, and that's fancy, and then you've got charity shop, and at least you're doing something for the community. And then you've got garage sale, car boot sale, yard sale, and that's a subculture of people I don't want to be exposed to again. Then you've got side of the road throwout, then you've got actually stealing from inside someone else's house. I did karaoke for my hens night, and mate, karaoke is such a great way to find out that you don't know songs as well as you think you do. I thought I knew Think by Aretha Franklin. Now, I know the first two lines of that song like nobody's business. And then, nothing. But I didn't know that at the time. I was the only performer in the group, so I thought, I'm going to kick this off. I'm going to show these ladies how to do it. So I popped it on, didn't look at the screen. Didn't need to, did I, Cameron? I didn't need the screen. So I came out, all guns blazing. I'm like, you better think about what you're trying to do to me. Yeah, think about gonna let yourself be free. For 4 minutes. I was drowning. Nobody saved me. Mum was there. I just finished and went, that's amore. She loved it. Music's very important to my partner and I, and we were trying to figure out what song we should play once the ceremony was over. And originally, this is true, we were going to go with the Jurassic Park theme song. Can you imagine just signing your wedding certificate and then walking out to that? Epic, right? So we were tossing up between that and Signed, Sealed, Delivered by Stevie Wonder, and we were going, yeah, little joke there. We were going back and forth, and we just couldn't decide until my husband made this suggestion. He said, why don't you walk in to the Jurassic Park theme song? And I said no. And he said, why? And I said, well, for a start, I'm 7 years older than you. And you've called me a dinosaur before. And I resent the implication. I certainly don't want my own fucking theme song. I can't get over it. In the UK, you can't choose who marries you. You just get given a celebrant. Unfortunately, we got a quirky little fella. We send the script to him 2 weeks before. He was reading off the page, and this is how he opens our ceremony. My husband's name's Chris. My name's Felicity, in case you didn't know who I am. Oh my God, let me introduce myself. So this guy, that's a nice laugh. Lovely stuff there. You know, that one wasn't forced. That happened. That was involuntary. So he introduces this is that whole wedding. This is how he starts. We are here to celebrate the matrimony of Chris and Felicity. Which very much set the tone for the day. If not our entire lives, because my husband has absolutely married a toilet. And then we had a beautiful honeymoon on Instagram. I even put my vows up that day. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't... Something kind of strange happened on the honeymoon. It's never happened to us before. We had a good time. That's no disrespect to my husband. It's just I have mental health issues. So holidays are just something that I go on because other people do. I'm like, yeah, I'll come on. That sounds terrible. Great. But that doesn't make sense to people who don't have mental health issues, because whenever I'm not travelling well up here, I'll have someone very well-meaning come up and go, you know what you need? You just need to go on a bit of a holiday just to get away from it. Bad news, it comes with you. I know it's called the black dog, but it's not an actual Labrador. You can't tell it to stay. And I know that it doesn't make sense if you don't have mental illness, because the sun, the sand, the surf, that sounds relaxing. Of course it does. But do you know what's more stressful than being at home, covered in a blanket, just with all your negative thoughts, thinking about how you disappoint people in the world? Doing it in a bikini. Oh, so vulnerable. Oh, lovely stuff. So we went to a place called Fuerteventura, which translates to strong wind. Didn't know that before I got there. Now, that was a problem actually for a couple of different reasons. The first one is I don't like the wind. I think the wind is a creep. I think the wind is... If there was a guy out there acting like the wind, if there was a guy just going up to women in the street just flipping up their skirts, or if there was a guy out there just slowly but creepily opening your bathroom door while you're in the shower... If there was a guy out there surprising you by coming out of your asshole... he'd be in jail. Now, the second problem with somewhere called Fuerteventura is this has happened my whole life. Every time I see the word wind or hear the word wind, little noise happens in my head every single time. You probably know what it is already. If you're thinking lowest common denominator, you're right on the money. So this has happened my whole life. Whenever I see the word wind or hear the word wind, little noise in my head every time, same noise, and the noise is... Every time. See, just... And it's a fart, not... But it's the funniest noise in the entire universe. That's objective. That is not... There's nothing funnier than that. There's nothing... Like, it's just... It's... Because it's like... It's apologetic. But it's also an offering. Like, it's bringing you something. I imagine it's a little puffin. I don't know why. Little bow tie. You did have another one in you. Well done. I did that for 3 minutes one night. What a dumb and grateful audience they were. So while we were on the honeymoon, I tried hot yoga for the first time. I've done regular yoga before, obviously. Like, I can't function unless I'm doing it like once every 4 or 5 years. I'm basically addicted. But you have to go to yoga a lot because they use a lot of coded language. Like, one phrase they have, dynamic pose, actually translates to permanent spinal damage. And then they have another phrase, shavasana, and that's where you get to have a little sleep at the end of the class. Oh, love shavasana. I wish they did a class that was just shavasana. And then you could still wear all your yoga gear, but you'd be able to go to your friends, I'm sorry, I've got to go to my Shavasana class, namaste. Sorry, I'm just a little bit more spiritual than you, bye. So I tried hot yoga, and it was okay, only criticism, bit hot. If you haven't done it, it's exactly what it sounds like. It is stretching with a group of strangers in the flames of hell. It's 40 degrees. That is not an exercise temperature. That is a bushfire warning. And I say that I did hot yoga. I nearly did hot yoga because I walked in and there was a man just wearing beige underpants and nothing else. And I thought, oh, yeah, nah. Nah. Because man in beige underpants plus hot room equals 100% I'm going to be smelling his nuts soon. That's maths, mate. I don't need to look at a wet bag full of walnuts, you know? I've actually got two beefs with yoga. The first one is their most popular pose, the downward facing dog, or as I like to call it, the dog. Just the dog. If you have an upward facing dog, you've got to call a vet, yeah? There's no time for yoga. My second issue is yoga is a very bigoted practice against people with big noses. Because every time I'll go to a yoga class, I'll be on my knees, there's a skinny little white woman up the front, just wind chiming away through the class. You know, they've always renamed themselves too. They're always like called Pret a Manger or something. It's French. And so she'll be up the front of the class and she'll go, okay, class, I want you to take a deep breath in, lean forward, and just pop your forehead on the mat. When you were born with a dorsal fin coming out of your face, you can't pop your forehead on the mat because there's nowhere for this to go. They need to create a yoga mat that accommodates us, that has a little glory hole, so that we can also participate. Honestly. It's the same thing when we go to a wedding and they just hand out glasses of Prosecco. Mate, a champagne flute strikes fear into the hearts of someone with a big nose because there's only two ways that we can drink it. We can either put it on the inside of the glass and then just take tiny little sips like a maniac, just like we've never used a cup before, just like aliens going deep cover on the human experience, just... Or we can put it on the outside of the glass and throw our head back in one like a feed bag. Do you know what it's like to make eye contact with someone when you're doing that? Don't look at me! Oh! Don't look at me! Oh. Does anyone here have a big nose? Does anyone self-identify as a big nose person? Remember, there's lights on, so... No one? There we go, Alan. Alan, this sounds like a creepy question. I promise it's going somewhere safe. Do you swim? A little bit? Do you have goggles? Yeah. Now, Alan and I have to get special goggles that have two separate little eye holes and then a patronising little adjustable nose piece, isn't it, Alan? Awful stuff. Now, I've got a friend who knows that I swim and she bought me a pair of goggles, thinking that would be a nice present and not a cheap one. Naomi, you'd probably agree. Cheap present. Cheap present. So I thought I'd better give them a go. So it's just one piece of rubber all the way across, right? So on the side of the pool, I put them on. Mate, the pressure that it put on the bridge of my nose. I was standing there like, I'm losing passwords here. I can't. That's why I'll never go scuba diving. I look at the mask, I'm like, where do you want me to put this one, champion? Oh, what a lovely tropical experience. Oh, my goggles are filling up with blood, yes. Oh, I look forward to watching the video when I regain consciousness. I had a nice thought while I was on the honeymoon. I thought, I got married, that means I believe in unconditional love. And I know that I believe in unconditional love because there are friends. Cheers to you. To friends. Smash! But I know that I believe in unconditional love because I have women in my life who believe in the healing power of crystals, and we're still friends. Women, plural. Some of them went to university. I have a friend who got an energy cleanse on her flat. Now, the place is a fucking pigsty. But the energy is spotless. Mwah. Never seen energy like it. You can look straight through it. So I know that I believe in unconditional love, but it turns out within the confines of a marriage, I have about 3 days of unconditional love, and then I have a lot of conditions. The first one is good sleep. Now, that's a problem because my husband has sinus issues. He also has sleep apnea, and what that means is the little flap on the back of your throat closes over every night, so he has about 15 mini deaths every night, in and out, in and out. And so he's got to sort of like self-defibrillate himself awake, and there's just a cacophony of noise, night in, night out. And I get so worried for him because some nights I wake up and think, oh no, I can't do this anymore, and just want to stick a pillow on top of his head. Just like, this is for dingo bongo, motherfucker! The other problem is he loves me unconditionally. And also, like, why? But when he's got a problem, he'll come up and go, hey, honey, I've got an issue. Let's talk about it in a calm, loving, open, calm fashion. And I'm like, okay. I hear that and think, oh, time to gather the evidence. Because what if I realise halfway through this argument that I'm in the wrong, I'm going to have to find a new angle from which to attack him. Now, I've got a slightly different way of communicating. I have a little technique that I like to call throwing an emotional grenade. So what you do is you wait till you're in bed, just about to go into sleep. Perfect time to bring up traumatic issues. Or wait till he's turned out his light. I go to reach for mine and say, night, honey. Actually, just quickly. I was filling up the car today. Couldn't remember whether it was diesel or unleaded. So I ended up just going half and half. See you in the morning. It's a joke. We have an electric car. I ruined it completely. He's very thoughtful. I haven't drunk for a really long time, and when it was 10 years, he said, we should mark the occasion, we should go on a holiday. Now, you know how I feel about going on holidays. So I said, that's a lovely idea. You book the place, and we'll just go there. Very thoughtful. We went to the Jurassic Coast. He loves dinosaurs. And the place that the only stipulation I have is I won't stay at a studio apartment because I get jealous of the bathroom. Like, how come they get their own room, but I'm out here? Like, I would rather have a door and shit in the kitchen. That joke rarely works, but I really like it. And with the place we stayed had a rubber bath mat, and I absolutely love a rubber bath mat because a rubber bath mat says, we are nowhere near a hospital, so be careful. And you can tell approximately how old someone is by how they react to a rubber bath mat. Because when you're in your teens and your 20s, you see one of those, you're like, why is that in my hotel? Get this giant Band-Aid out of here. I don't want to look at it. You get to your 30s and 40s and you're like, well, put it down just in case, just in case, just in case. Pretty sensible, actually. Quite sensible, actually. You get to your 50s and 60s, you're like, where's my rubber bath mat? This thing doesn't even have a handle. I'm not getting into that death trap. We stayed at a place, it didn't have any Wi-Fi, so we had to do this thing called watching television. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you turn on the TV and no matter what part of the show you're up to, you just got to cop it. Awful stuff. The only upside was we timed it at the same time as the Commonwealth Games, and mate, I love the Commonwealth Games. But only for the wrong reasons. Like, I know this is bad. I love watching the power walking. I love it. It's just like 10 hours of this. Just... It goes for so long. And then at the end, they've like broken every bone in their body. And they're just like carrying themselves across. Everyone's clapping. I'm like, pick them up. They're dying. They're dying. You're like, yeah, go. I love watching the dressage because imagine being so rich you could afford dance classes for your horse. How was it, Naomi? How was it? Was it good? Mostly, I love hammer throw. How is that a sport? How is that still a sport? There is a niche guy out there who went up to the organisers and said, I love medieval weapons and centrifugal force. We've got something for you, Tiger. So I haven't drunk now for like 15 years, and it's interesting, in the last decade there's been big spikes in numbers of female alcoholism and also in depression. And what we do over here is we treat it differently, when actually I think there's a solution in bringing it together, right? Because the foundation of depression is low self-esteem, right? Preach! You nearly said testify then. You came very close. Cheers to depression. You know where I'm going? Well, strap in. So the foundation of depression is low self-esteem. So I think that everyone who has depression should be given a government-issued drunk girl from a nightclub toilet. Because who is more supportive than a drunk girl in a nightclub toilet? Like, you can be washing your hands for ages, you think you're by yourself, and then just out of the darkness, you just hear... I fucking love your dress. And your tits look amazing. If I was a lesbian, I'd hit on you. I might hit on you anyway. Your hair smells pretty. Because often when you have depression, you wake up, your head's going already, can't get out of bed, can't go to work, I'm a piece of shit. That would be so much more manageable if you just rolled over and someone went, you're a piece of shit. You are what angels see when they look in the mirror. And if you don't want to go to work, you don't need to go to work. We could just stay in bed, have a little drinky blicky, stalk your ex-boyfriends on Instagram. You got skin like a bowling alley. And it's not like we would have trouble getting volunteers. That would be the easiest press conference of all time. Just the health minister getting up going, I know this is a big ask, but do we have any women at all willing to get drunk and give opinions? Do we have any British women? Do they even exist? And then all those women that you see on a Saturday night walking around barefoot, they've got their high heels in one hand, they've got a broken iPhone in the other, just screaming at their best friend, just going, Grace! Why don't we just talk about it? Grace! They'd be out there doing a civic duty, yeah? They'd be like war heroes just walking around. I'm a major now. Major legend, yeah! I'm going to do a piss in this gutter. I've broken my iPhone and I'm covered in my own vomit much for coming out. You've been absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks very much. Have a great night. Thank you.